They said it was just weather research. But tell me this, you don't patent rain, you patent control. I've heard all kinds of theories about weather modification. Some sound insane, others uncomfortably detailed. I'm not here to prove or debunk. I just started digging, and what I found wasn't theory. It was all public record, real patents, real operations, real documents. So watch closely and decide for yourself what's real and what isn't. If I've missed something, tell me in the comments below. Somewhere in a government lab, scientists watched clouds forming, not by nature, but by command. A US patent appears, weather modification by artificial means, filed, approved, quietly shelved. And here's the strange part. We still call it science, but back then, they called it warfare. (1947) Project Cirrus, a joint experiment between General Electric and the US military. They seeded a hurricane with dry ice to see if they could change its path. The result: the storm shifted unexpectedly. Savannah, Georgia, flooded. They called it coincidence. But in the memos, the phrase repeats: weather modification, operational feasibility. The first man-made storm wasn't an accident. It was a warning. After Cirrus came a wave of inventions. US3964253A, cloud seeding apparatus. US3608810A, weather modification by artificial means. Filed, approved, forgotten. But patents don't lie. They reveal intent, equations, frequencies, dispersal systems, and in the margins, words like aerosolized agents, silver iodide, target zones. Innovation was becoming control. Who controls the sky, controls the ground beneath it. (1967) Operation Popeye, officially weather modification for agriculture. Unofficially, a classified campaign to extend the monsoon season over enemy routes. Cloud seeding aircraft flew over Laos and North Vietnam. For 5 years, rain became a weapon. Documents later confirmed it. Increased rainfall observed, movement hindered. They learned how to command the sky and keep the storm right where they wanted it. They turned clouds into command. Decades later, the names changed, but the goal stayed. HARP in Alaska, China's Sky River Project, the UAE's drone-induced rain program. The patents evolved to US4686605A, method and apparatus for altering a region in the Earth's atmosphere. US 20060014125A1, system for altering weather patterns. They speak of ionospheric heating, conductivity, directed energy. Officially, it's geoengineering, saving the planet. But the question is simple. Are we saving the planet or testing something else? Whistleblowers talk about sky grids, metallic residues, unmarked flights. Governments call it climate adaptation. But every trail leads back to patents, technologies that exist, filed under weather, communication, or atmospheric research. One from 1966, US, Patent 3613992A, Weather Modification Method. It described using aircraft to seed clouds and trigger rain. They said it was agricultural. In Vietnam, it became tactical 2 decades later. US, Patent 468605A. The blueprint for HARP, the ionosphere. Heated, sculpted, controlled. I found something strange. Heat anomalies forming geometric patterns. Not random, structured, maybe coincidence, or maybe someone already has the remote control. Control always comes with a price. For every experiment that worked, there were storms that didn't. 1947. Project Cirrus. They tried to steer a hurricane away. Instead, it turned back. Savannah was hit. Homes destroyed. 1970s. Project Popeye. Rain to slow convoys. But the floods reached villages far beyond the front. Each time, the same lesson. We reached for control, and the weather reminded us who was in charge. If you could steer storms, would that be protection or power? We've learned to write weather like code, but if the forecast can be written, who holds the pen? Maybe real balance doesn't come from machines, but from how we live. Because the closer we get to nature, the harder it becomes to control us. So, next time you hear thunder, ask yourself, is it weather or something else? Dozens of patents, decades of experiments, and still no clear answer. If you want to see how these inventions shaped our reality, subscribe and step into the patent files.